All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start by giving all the praise, honor, and glory
unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakapradash.
I want to send double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who grew well. Peace, love, and safety out there to the hopeful elect, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice and risking your freedom to do the will of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Much love as well to the few sincere women out there that subscribe to the true doctrine of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, we're at the GMS Nebraska camp, coming back with the lesson more willing is edifying. Just going straight into it. A couple of videos that inspired this. Watching the elder Malcolm video he did, and also a clip or a picture more that the elder Menatazagba posted concerning how the earth is, and the rulers that be, how they're controlling the earth. All right, you have pollution everywhere. You have, pretty much the earth is suffering because of the rulers that be. Just to cut straight to the chase, right? So, what we want to get into, showing how this world, there's going to be a profitable ruler set up within and it's going to be the nation of Israel, and that's going to be set up through Yahweh Yahweh Shai, because the animals are suffering. Pretty much everybody's suffering from the way Esau is running things.
Yeah, man, the animal is suffering, plant life is suffering, the food is suffering, the people are suffering. All right, everything is under the thumb of this devil. So, everything's at a lower state.
It's coming to the point where you don't have a lot of our people. They're not even really uprising about this. Not like uprising, storming the streets, but like they're not speaking on it. We see this going on. We see how the earth is being handled, but our people are not speaking up on it, man. But we're gonna get into the scriptures. We're not gonna, Lord's will. This is edifying. We're gonna do too much blabbing on, man. But the Isaiah, Bible shop.
This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Yeah, it says the earth mourneth and fadeth away, right? A point that just came to mind is how, according to the law, you have a land Sabbath, okay? You're supposed to give the earth time to rest, right? What Esau does is he's drilling into it, digging into the earth, right? Doing these type of things. He's not giving the earth a chance to replenish itself, right? So when you see things start happening, so-called natural disasters and things like that, tornadoes, tsunamis, that's because that's really the Most High. The Most High got these spirits going throughout the earth, because everything was in Solomon, Sirach 18. It says that the earth is the Lord's in general. So everything that's happening, the Lord put His spirit in this earth to turn against Esau, man, because He sees how He's handling it. Okay.
I got a definition for the word languish. It's the Hebrew word amal. It says to be weak, to droop, to languish, to be exhausted. Past participle of the heart, to be weak, to droop, to be or to grow feeble.
It's weak. Hey, the earth is weak right now. All right, it's been deplenished of its resources. Okay. And it's not in its full strength as when things were done naturally. Nowadays, you can't even go plant nothing, right? They're buying these big ass farmlands and doing what? Shutting the shit down pretty much. No food's coming out of there. And for all we know, this is speculation. It's not a fact. They could be doing something to these farmlands that they're buying up, so it doesn't produce. But when we're dealing with facts, Esau is constantly taking resources out of earth. The earth can't replenish how it used to, man.
Yeah. When they're depleting it at a rate that, like you said, it can't replenish itself. It's like we got a fact here. Let me see. It says the world's oceans could virtually be emptied of fish by 2048. A study shows that if nothing changes, we will run out of seafood for normal consumption in 2048. If we want to preserve the ecosystems of the ocean, change is needed. So by overfishing, overconsumption, you're not allowing yourself to replenish. That's why we had, like the brother was getting into, the land Sabbath, where you would farm here for a number of years, and then you would move and let the earth get back its nutrients, the minerals, the things that make the soil rich.
Yeah.
But when you're just stripping it of nutrients year after year after year after year, that's how you start yielding a lesser crop, a retarded crop,
Right.
so to speak. But one more definition, it said by implication to be sick. And the earth is pretty sick right now. It's ill. It's not whole. All right, because of all the unrighteous things that are going on. Look at all the. We're going to get into it here. Matter of fact, get that pollution bubble. What's up?
Go. It says, this is from CBSNews.com, from June 7th. It says, New York City air becomes some of the worst in the world as Canada wildfire smoke blows in. It says, smoke from the wildfires raging across Canada has created a thick haze across New York City's iconic skyline, nearly fading out the Statue of Liberty in high rises.
That's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, it said nearly blotting out the Statue of Liberty, bro. And we know, you know, that this was a plan. We're gonna just say it like this was a plan to have this like this. But that shows you how like we were speaking pre-video. Essentially, Esau just don't care, bro. He don't care. You know, if you here, if you're in his path, you in danger. I'm gonna say it like that. You're in his path, you're in danger. If you're an American, so-called American, you're in danger, bro, by the rulers that be. You know, something that you mentioned that I want the land back off too was, and also adding to the pollution, is Esau has landfills, right? And me personally, I used to work, was it probably about 10 years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, something like that. I worked at a landfill for a short period of time, and I see how they do it. Pretty much what they do, they have these dump trucks that go around the city, pick up all the trash. They take it to an area. It's mainly dirt and mud. But what they do is they dump the trash on the earth, smash it down, and just keep that process going. What do you think that's doing to the earth?
Yeah, all the toxins, all the BS, all the plastic, all the chemicals that are involved in that, all that is seeping into the ground.
Exactly.
And then where do you get your water from? And you wonder why the water, needs to be treated so much. Why it's hard to get clean water. Why when you do a test on your water, it comes back black and funky and that booty water.
That in my head.
No, because the brother a few months ago, he did a test with the water, and the results were shocking. Not really shocking because we know who we're dealing with, but still, it's like, man, this is the water that
revealing.
is very revealing.
That's
because we still, I feed my dog this water. We take showers with this water. We wash our hands with this water, and it's terrible. And this is supposed to be, the best country on earth, and the water is just terrible.
Then you gotta pay for it. Shit, before Muammar, I was listening to the video before Muammar Gaddafi. The way they had it set up like that was a place to be. The free healthcare free healthcare. What else is going on over there?
You have a baby, you get X amount of dollars.
They get stipends,
you get a check every month for the gas that they sell. Which that's a natural resource that the country is rich in, and they sell to other countries, and then every citizen gets a check for it. America would never do anything like that.
So if I grab this fact right here?
Yeah.
It says land pollution. This is from TexasDisposal.com. It says land pollution, causes, effects, and prevention. It says land pollution, or the degradation of our soil by outside contaminants, is largely the result of unsustainable agricultural practices, the improper disposal of waste, both hazardous and non-hazardous, mining, illegal dumping, and littering. But when you go into that waste, which towards what the brother was just talking about. It says, even if you throw your trash into the bin and take it out to be picked up by the garbage truck, its journey is not complete. Your trash has to go somewhere, and where it typically goes is a landfill. When not managed properly, landfills can also contribute to land pollution. Let me see. It says, for example, it wasn't until the mid 20th century that solid waste.
And you know, people don't think about that type of stuff, man. Like your average everyday individual, you just drag your trash to the curb. You don't like that's a good point. Like you know, it's not. It has to go somewhere. Where's it gonna go? Are they just storing it in these trucks? No, they're taking it somewhere to dispose of it. You know, just like you said, that's through the spirit. How they do it, they pack it down in the earth. It leads to land pollution. You can't grow nothing over there, no. You definitely can't grow nothing over there, right? You don't think that spreads? That shit can spread, you know? Like that's not something that the average individual thinks about, man. Even with the water, taking a shower every day, you're like, I gotta get clean. But think about it, you're clean enough because the water's fucked up, you know? Yeah, you clean it. You're presentably clean, but you're not. You know, at the job they do like where I work at, they got these machines, and you know you have to clean them a certain way, and you know you have the supervisor come by and they'll swab the machine because there's shit that you don't see. If a motherfucker came up and swabbed you after you took a shower, you'd probably feel it. You know, but you know, hey, so it's like you go ahead, but I just want to say that.
There's just one more area of this I wanted to read. This is effects of land pollution. Land pollution touches essentially every area of the living world, including contamination of drinking water, polluted soil, which leads to a loss of fertile land for agriculture and a reduction in the availability of food, climate change, the endangerment and extinction of species and wildlife, habitat destruction, habitat shifting, an increase in wildfires due to polluted areas often becoming very dry, increased air pollution, increased soil pollutants, and increased human health issues including cancer, respiratory illnesses, and congenital disabilities caused by exposure to harmful chemicals.
This is the world we live in. And this is the purpose of this video, is this world needs new management. This world needs new management, man. Okay, and kind of touched on a brief definition of management, which I'll get real quick, and then we can get back into the scriptures, get back to Isaiah. So you get into the word management, right? This is a basic definition for management: the process of dealing with or controlling things or people. Trickery or deceit or deceit. I didn't even know that one. It says trickery or deceit. No, that's not what I think of.
Bible sharp, but before we get to the management, I just want to we talk about the pollution and everything.
Yeah.
I just want to get this last fact about trash in the ocean. All right, and I googled the term trash in the ocean facts. All right, it says there are 5.25 trillion, with a T, trillion pieces of plastic waste estimated to be in our oceans. 269,000 tons float. It says 4 billion microfibers per kilometer square dwell below the surface. 70% of our debris sinks into the ocean's ecosystem. 15% floats, and 15% lands on our beaches. It says in terms of plastic, 8.3 million tons are discarded in the sea yearly. So man, you don't give a no fuck. You throwing 8 tons each year. It's like 8 million tons, which is what, 16 million?
Yeah.
16 million pounds? The ton is 2,000, right? So that's 16.6. Well, probably 16.666. Dealing with this devil. But that's a lot of weight to be just discarded into the ocean. You know, and this devil has laws about if you catch a fish that's not a certain size, you got to throw it back in a lake. Or if you want to actually fish in that lake, you got to have a license or a permission from Esau. But if I want to just throw my whole household into the ocean, you know, be my guest.
And that's because the brother mentioned that there was a video Malcolm did, going into how you had these seabirds, out there. They're around the ocean. They're around the oceans a lot, and they showed this bird in particular that when they cut it open, that there was so much plastic and trash that came out of that bird that it's ridiculous, bro. I'm talking about from being around the oceans.
Yeah. The animals, like
no, you're good. No, you're good, bro.
The animals, they eat this shit. Turtles get caught in the 6-pack, the little 6-pack holders that you give with your beer or your pop. Turtles get their fucking necks caught in that shit. It's terrible. And everyone is suffering. The people are suffering. Okay? The animals are suffering. Everyone is at a lesser estate. Everyone is going through it. Because it's devil, man. Can we get the Job 90:24?
This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
Yeah, man, the earth is given to this man. So he has carte blanche of the earth. He has, as the brother was going into, the management of the earth. All right. I'm going to give you the floor.
Because we're going to go back to that Isaiah. Why don't we get this management? When you get into the management, it says, and this is just a regular Google definition of it, but it says, what is the meaning and definition of management? Management is a process of planning, decision-making, organizing, leading, motivation, and controlling the human resources, financial, physical, information resources of an organization to reach its goals, efficiency, and effectively. So, just give them more clarity. Like Esau's in control of everything. Find your financial, what you can grow, what you can't grow, where you can go, where you can't go, the restrictions on where you can go, what the requirements. He's ruling all of this right now. Okay, so let's finish that Isaiah, Bible Kashad, and then. Lord's will get into Surah.
So back in Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the hardy people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof because the earth is treated any kind of way. Right? The reason that Esau is doing these different things within the earth is for his own personal benefit. It has nothing to do with really bettering the Green Day. That's something they just came up with, man, to show, we care, but then you see their works, they're not. It doesn't match up, man. Okay? This earth is defiled. This earth is jacked up under the inhabitants thereof, the rulers that be, man.
Hey, the nuclear pollution. They're testing bombs and all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's fucking radioactive waves. They testing nukes in the ocean, testing nukes on islands and shit. They don't care about this earth. All they care about is their plan, their so-called New World Order, the Great Reset, whatever you want to call it. That's all their mind is on. And how they're going to get there. And who can they trip up on the way there? How they can make men sterile and women barren. All right, how they can kill off 7.5 billion people. And this is how they're doing it. And that's part of it. The pollution.
The food. Like you mentioned with the food. A lot of these foods, they strip you of your testosterone as a man. A lot of these, yeah, because you can tell, and it fucks up your mental. Trust me, it fucks up your mental. You eating the wrong shit, you know, or even if you eating the right shit, you gotta watch it because Esau putting poison in everything.
Right.
Putting poison in everything, man. But let's get to the scripture. Before we get around to talking. We can get to the scriptures.
It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
It's not Esau Edom. Esau Edom he knows about the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? He knows. And if he didn't, he knows now because what? You have the men of the Lord that was starting with really going way back, but like in this day and age, starting with Abba Bivens up until this point now. Been telling you about the law, statutes, commandments, how the earth should be treated, how this should be done, how you shouldn't be changing the times, right? But Esau does these things. He knows what the hell's going on. You know that you're not supposed to. A man's not supposed to lay with a man. A woman not supposed to lay with a woman. You know that. But what did they do? Instead of acknowledging that, they made it legal everywhere in America. Okay. Now you can openly be a happy person, man. Or, you know, it's vile. Okay.
Hey, so I got
fake chicken. You know, I just said
they just passed that law.
Yeah, you know.
Yo, when everything was going on with the submarine, they passed a law that they can legally sell lab meat grown in a lab. So come on, man. It's furthering the point. But it said that the earth is defiled. I got this word defiled. It's from the Hebrew H2610 chana. It says to be profane, to be defiled, to be polluted, to be corrupt, to be profane, be godless, to pollute, to make profane, to make godless, to cause to be defiled.
Pretty much the spirit that's being pushed is. Can you read that last definition? Because like really, the spirit that's being pushed is anti-Messiah. Like when you read that one of the definitions you read.
Yeah, it says to make profane, to make godless.
Because to make profane is what? To be outside the temple. To make godless, to be without, you know, like to pretty much you don't have no head. You are the head. Like you can do what you want. You ain't got no higher power type deal. You go ahead, bro.
To cause to be defiled, because you're causing other people to lose their moral sense. You know, every day, this country's going to hell in a handbasket.
Right.
That's because every day more and more people are being morally incorrupt. If I said that right, morally corrupted.
Morally corrupt, kind.
So that makes them corrupt. But and what's the Revelation 17? You know, the can we get that? It's like 17:4, I believe.
Revelation. Is that the wilderness? What's your
The golden cup.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Yeah, man, that golden cup, okay, and that's all the doctrines, like your brother said, the alphabet community, all the bullshit that Esau pushes throughout the world is constantly defiling the world, causing the world to be defiled, man.
Yeah, Bible shop.
In Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
So now this is more flowing into the management. Okay, did you read that again?
A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
And how and by what means? By means of Yahweh Shema Shai, His Spirit, His law, statutes, and commandments, His way. Okay, because right now the world's not being ran in a way where the Most High, where it's acceptable. Right? So it says that a wise judge instructed his people right. We're going to tell you the right things and the wrong things so you will know how to walk. Esau will tell you to do what you want to do, like a point you made earlier. Like you could throw your whole fucking house away, right? You got to throw a fish back, which you can, if it's a lawful fish, you can eat it, but you can throw anything else in the ocean. Like, it's like, why would you do that? So a wise instructor is not going to tell his people that this is an okay thing to do. All right, you go ahead, Al.
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Yep, and that goes into the responsibility of the men that the Most High is about to set up in that kingdom, the Israelites. We're operating in a fashion to where we're able to manage a people. We're able to tell them right from wrong, right? But it starts with us being morally incorrupt. Okay? Because if we're like, cause you got leaders of Israel, but not all of them are morally incorrupt. All of them not telling the right things to our people. All right, you go ahead, Al.
And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Who's the man that's ruling? The son of perdition, right? And that's all we see: destruction, things being defiled, things going to shit, hell in a handbasket. This is what we see because of the rulers that are, right? This is why you got our people walking around. I was talking about the video the brother said you got men in booty shorts. You know what I'm saying? This is why you're able to do this type of stuff, because the rulers that be saying, "Oh no, you good, express yourself, man. That's hate speech." Okay, But when the kingdom is set up, especially when the kingdom is set up, that ain't happening, bro. You count that out. Booty shorts for men is out. Okay, that's not gonna be in the kingdom.
It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
From the prudence of them that are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. This is why the kingdom of heaven is going to be forever. Exactly why the kingdom of heaven is going to be forever. Was that Wisdom of Solomon 1:15? Righteousness is immortal. 2 Peter 3rd chapter, within the kingdom is going to do nothing but righteousness, right? So this is why the kingdom is going to last forever. Everything, the animals are going to be happy. Even the heathen nations, you're going to be happy because you're going to be treated fairly. You're not going to be living in an environment where you're worried about having to wear a mask to go outside.
Right.
This community that's going to be set up through the governance of Yahweh Shemal Shai, all right, on down. We're starting with, I'll say with Yahweh Shemal Shai, it's going to be set up in perfection. Everything's going to be made new. Was that Acts 3? And what's in Acts 3? I can't remember the exact verse where it says that the times of refreshing, right? The restitution of all things. Everything's going to be, you don't have to get it. But the restitution of all things, everything's going to be made, everything's going to be restored to its proper stature. Everything. From the animals to the soil to everything. Okay? You go ahead, Art.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Going back into that Job 9:24, who do you think set this dude up? The Most High allowed Esau to be in this position that he's in to prove a point. Like, this is not how you do it.
Right.
But it says, can you read the end of that again?
And in due time he will set over.
And in due time, this is the time that we're hasting, as it says in the book of 2 Peter, we're hasting towards, because we're sick. If you in your right mind, you get sick of this world, man. You get sick of the way these people, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You get sick of how they operate, man. Or if you just don't care and you under that heavy spell of doing what you want, there's no consequences, live how you want, you ain't gonna speak up against this man. You're not gonna have nothing to say against the things that he's doing to our people, to his people. Okay, but all that's about to change. You go ahead, Op.
And in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
In due time he will set up one that is profitable, one that is fitting to rule. Esau Edom is not fitting to rule. Okay? Just because you're in charge of the big ass playpen called America, don't mean that you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You know what to do, but you're not doing the right thing intentionally. Like the brother mentioned earlier, you're in sabotage mode, right? You go ahead. This is the end of that.
Jumping down to verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Plain and simple. And that time is coming. All the works that you've done to get this place, the things that you've done since you've been here, namely towards the nation of Israel, being unfair towards the nation of Israel, showing hatred towards the nation of Israel. Okay? All these, it says that the kingdom is going to be translated from one people to another. And who is that people going to be? The so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. The true children of Israel. Wisdom of Solomon. We say wisdom of Solomon. This is he. Them are the same people that's going to govern the world. Okay? This is why Lord's will, we are part of that number. This is why we stand 10 toes down and do the work you have by Shemal Shai in sincerity and truth. Hoping to be a part of that number. That we are able to be that fitting part of the new world that's going to be governed. Okay? That's just it. That's it to that. We can something.
Nah.
We can get was that Isaiah? Not Isaiah.
The Psalms.
The Psalms, yeah.
This is Psalm chapter 82 and verse 4. Deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Man, the poor and needy is the Israelites. All right, we are the poor and needy. It says deliver him out of deliver out of the hand.
Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
And that wicked is who? The wicked is Esau Edom. All right, this is who it's talking about. The wicked. We can read on.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
And that was the point. All of the works of the earth are out of course. And when you go into that word course, was mawat, all right, the Hebrew word mawat, which goes into decaying, falling down, essentially being in a weaker state, which is, if you got it, about the shot.
It says to totter, shake, slip, to be shaken, be moved, be overthrown, to dislodge, let fall, drop, be fallen in decay. Yep, that's about it too.
Yep, to be fallen and decaying. Like the brother made a beautiful point earlier, is the way this world is being operated, this world is slow, it's losing its strength. The world it can defend itself because the Most High is the ruler, but the world, the earth itself is jacked up, it's weak. Right? And this is because of, going back to Isaiah 24:5, because of the inhabitants that be. Right? So, brothers had other points I wanted to make. That's pretty much it. Another thing that I just thought about that we talked about briefly was a picture of the Manatazak Ba put up. There's like a 3-layer picture of a world without bees, world without trees, world without Edomites. And you had the world without bees and world without trees, straight desolation, things messed up, civilization. It looked like The Walking Dead on both of them pictures. Then it's a world without Edomites, it looked like paradise, man. Greener than you ever, flowers budding up, water's flowing clear, sun shining. That's what we want. We ain't gonna get it here. So we chanting this place down so our kingdom can be set up so we can see that paradise. Right? That's all I want to make mention of. Y'all brothers. That's it. Alright. Hey, so that being said, Lord's word was edifying. We'll give all the praise, honor, and glory
unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kadash.
Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety out there to the hopeful elect. All right, and hey, shalom.
Shalom.